L5 S1 disc extrusion. Tamara, my online clients from UAE, was suffering from L5 S1 disc extrusion, and when she contacted me around 4 months ago, she was not able to walk, sit, or even go to work. In this video, she's going to share with you her recovery routine that we started her 3 months ago, and now she's back to work. She's able to do her day-to-day activity. She can walk and sit comfortable. If you're suffering from lumbar disc extrusion, you could panic and look at your MRI scan and see how big is the size of the disc, and you may jump onto a very invasive treatment such as surgery or injection. And in reality, in majority of cases, up to 75% of this extrusion can recover without surgery. In this video, Tamara is going to share her story with you and share with you some of the tips and action plan that she's done over the last 3 months that could be hugely useful for you in regards to your recovery. If you've never been to this channel, my name is Bob. I'm a physical therapist. I help people globally through online consultation and rehab plan, and I show them step-by-step plan that where to start and how to gradually build up their plan to full capacity. You can always contact me through my website or leave me a comment underneath of this video. Let's get started. Excellent. Tamara, I suppose we've been working almost more than 3 months now together. Yeah. And today we're going to go through, I suppose, a little bit of testimony of your recovery, because when we start you, things are different from where you are right now. And I want you maybe share with people what happened, what was your injury, how did you end up even contacting me, and then we're going to go through more questions. Would that be fair?
Okay. Yeah, fair enough.
Okay,
Sounds good. Okay, so I was diagnosed around 4 years ago with the L5 S1 disc degeneration disease. And I didn't have a lot of the pain, to be very honest, but I know I was restricted for some of the moves. I went through 16 physiotherapies within 4 years.
Wow.
Things were
15.
worse. 16.
16. Wow, that's very precise.
Yeah. It is, because here insurance, they will approve you 6, then by 6, then they will see how much insurance can cover. So they approved 4 more because they realized nothing is moving, and I was worse. By that time, I used to teach indoor cycling. I used to go running. I used to also lift weights, because that's how my injury started, with the heavy weight lifting. It was the mistake that I got like 4 years ago. And since the insurance is covering 6 by 6, they only approved total 16, and I was worse. I ended up doing, by this year, I think it was my 4th or 5th MRI, I think 4th, as far as I can remember. So the only solution was to do the surgery in between, which I was trying to avoid as much as I can, because nobody will give you explanation what will exactly happen once you're done with the surgery, unless you ask them. They will not, like, I feel the medical department here was not very well knowledgeable about what can happen after, unless they just remove the extra of the disc and that's it. But until this year, I never had a problem with sciatica. Actually, I had like 1.5 years ago. It was the end of 2023, November. I just had a pain for 7 days. I was not able to move, not able to walk properly, and I was off the work for 7 days. After the 7 days, I did cupping, I did massages, and I had a rest. Like, I had a proper rest. I didn't go to work. And I was doing a lot of the swimming and a lot of the walks, and I was good. So I thought by then the whole disc situation was better, and like the disc went inside by itself. Even though the exercises that they used to give me in the hospitals were, I used to have a pain, even though if I will try, and they will just tell you, oh, it's fine, just go along. Like, as long as you have a pain, and then the pain will be gone. We know you're sensitive, all of that area. It's very fragile right now and things like that. But thing didn't work. So I ditched the cycling. I didn't go to running anymore. I didn't attend any more classes. And I was good for 1.5 years. I even in between did a hijama, which helped me a lot.
I got you.
Yeah,
It's
maybe Tamara, if you don't mind, to tell people where you're located actually at the moment, and
Yes,
because
right at the moment I'm in the Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates. I have been living
Mhm.
here for 8 years.
Yeah,
And to be very honest with you, not to say according my age, I'm
yes,
37, but
yes,
I feel that here we have a lot of the problems with the weather and the AC in certain areas.
got you. Yeah, yeah,
Especially we live in the apartment where there is a central AC. Wherever you go, it's very cold.
I got you.
Outside can be 50. So I feel like the big difference in
Temperature,
the temperature can really add a lot of the things if you're
the
damaged.
pain.
Like if you
Mm,
have, yeah, exactly.
interesting.
Plus, like I would like to add, me and my husband, we realized we live on the 38th floor. So
Ooh,
even when
yeah,
everything started to happen this year, 20th of April, so since
yes,
20th of April and 9 weeks after, I was in a very bad condition. I was
I
not able
got
to
you.
walk. I was not able to move. I was not able to do anything. So every time I will go inside of the elevator, the pressure was just insane.
I got you. Yeah,
So
because it
it used
kind
to
of
give
like
me a
might
lot of the
push you
pain.
up. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
increase like pressure overall in your whole body, including your spine. That's very interesting.
Yeah, yes. And I think also my recovery was like now from this stage, my recovery was very, very fast. Like I recovered after 9 weeks of not being able to walk. My
Yes,
husband find you online.
yes,
You just popped up on his Instagram or YouTube or something like that. And
got you.
as I mentioned to you, I was very skeptical about online
Yeah,
coaching
of
because I do
course.
coaching myself, but I don't do online coaching myself. So when it comes to the physio,
Yeah,
it
it's
was
very
really like
different.
tricky. Yeah,
Yes,
very
of
different and
course.
very tricky, and depends who you're gonna meet. But like since he contact you, the things started to roll better.
I got you.
So what I realized, so since the 20th of April this year, we've been
Hmm.
to 3 or 4 doctors. I even
Yeah,
ended up on IV.
I got you.
They used to give me opioids. I was in a
Got you.
very, let's say, a bad mental state for
And
two weeks.
what was the symptoms, Tamara? Like, if you tell people like what was really bothering you this year, because this was your maybe I don't know fifth or sixth flare up that you had over the last 4 years, right?
No,
Maybe.
no, this was the only bad flare up that I had.
Aha.
Like
Okay.
very
In
serious one.
comparison to what you had
Yeah,
before, yeah,
yeah.
this was the worst one ever.
This was the worst one because nobody, like when you talk to the people who have sciatica, they will tell you you cannot walk, you cannot do things, and the thing
Yes,
can like escalate up to 1 year or even more, or you just live with that, right? The only
yes,
thing is either the cortisone injection or the surgery, which is very well
gotcha.
known here. Yeah, if
Of
you know a good
course,
doctor, you will get it.
of course.
So my symptoms started to get worse. I started to have a pain like by the end of February, but
Uh-huh.
it was a mild pain, like a lower back ache mainly,
Hmm.
and a bit of the like maybe electricity inside of my left glute.
I got you.
And I used to avoid that a lot. Like, okay, it's nothing. It's just maybe I'm overtired. I used to overwork. I used to overtrain. I
Yes.
changed my routine. Like I was all over the place. I used to realize that only on the weekends because on the weekends was the only days when I will crash completely.
Yeah,
I,
resting.
I was not able to do anything else rather than resting.
I
So
got you.
it easily started to escalate day by day. And by 20th of April,
Hmm.
it got completely worse.
I got you. And
So
what was the symptoms in that stage? Yeah.
my leg was slightly numb. Like I had a difficulties walking. Like you
Uh-huh.
have something inside of your body, all the way from the glutes, uh, on the backside of my hamstrings, and
Yeah.
lowering down to the calves.
Yeah.
And the next day I will be good. And the day after I will be worse than the first day.
I
And the
got
day
you.
after I will be good until it started to feel very bad, like very bad to the point that I used to spend my days laying down in the bed. I
Okay.
lost my appetite completely because I was on so many medications that they prescribed me.
Oh my God.
They used to give me like a bunch of things. I lost my appetite completely. My husband used to take me, so it's like maybe now, because now I can fly, yeah, it's like 6 to 10 steps to the bathroom. I was not able to stand up from the bed. It was that worse. He used to carry me. So he used to sit in front of the bed or go down on his knees, and I will just lay myself on his back, and he used to carry me. It was that bad. Like, it was that bad, and I was not even able to crawl.
I got you.
I was not able to do anything. Like, it was really, and once you hold the position, you keep yourself in that position. You just pray not to go to the toilet. Like, if anything is not needed at the moment, you just don't want to do that.
I got you.
And you just stay there. So, of course, what I did a lot of the researches on Reddit, on Facebook. I went in all of those discus hernia groups and whatsoever, which now I will not recommend to anyone. So, like, don't try to find a help anywhere else until you try to really spend time for it, like with yourself, to talk with yourself and to really have faith.
I got you.
Because the things now that you can see online on social medias or wherever else can really like damage you big time, because it's a circle, right? You think the next day you're gonna get better, and you're worse. You're worse, like to the point that I don't know if it's going to be okay to compare it, but you have like crazy thoughts because you cannot do a lot of the things. You can only eat, and you cannot even sleep. I was not able to sleep for around 6 weeks at all.
Wow. That's insane.
I will be mainly awake.
Oh my God.
And then during the day, I'm gonna lose it, which was completely fine, right? Because unless you have had that condition before, you don't know how the person really feels.
Yes.
And you don't feel, and you don't believe that anybody else can help you. Yeah.
That's a tough part, isn't it? Especially somebody help you online, right? That was
exactly. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
To get it to your head that actually something is possible that I can do that get you back in action.
Yeah. Plus, you're very restricted because you read a lot of the things. You're not allowed to do this. You're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to do this, and this, until I had the first assessment with you. So my husband found you, I think it was like beginning of my 6th week or something like that. He found you online. And
I remember, I think he sent me a message on Instagram. I think he sent me a message on Instagram.
He did,
I remember that.
He did, yeah. So that's how I was able to do things. Like, it was zero. It was completely zero. So, and the thing that I liked about the assessment, if I can talk now about the assessment that I had with you.
Let's just go back one question that I had before we go through that assessment and consultation is that when you got your latest MRI scan, when was that, Tamara, that shows disc herniation?
It was in April.
Got you.
Actually, beginning of May.
Yeah, and then what they told you about the MRI, actually, what they told you that is going on.
That I have L5 S1 degenerative disc disease, and then they're not sure do I have protrusion or extrusion. And that now I have sciatica.
Got you.
So nobody pinpointed which exactly route is it. I found it online. Like, I was very stubborn to dig. Apparently it was S1 route. It caught all of my 4 toes. Outer side of the foot was completely numb. The calves were numb, the backside of the calves, the hamstrings. I thought that it's also piriformis syndrome, which is very rare, because all of that area inside, I felt my piriformis really badly, and all the way up to the lower back. Like the lower, it's like somebody is squeezing you and holding and pulling the strings up. So every move that you make, you feel it. You feel it all over your body. Like they always ask, like, can you describe? Is it tingling? Is it burning? Is it like this? So you cannot describe. It's everything that it's mixed up. So the only solution that time was a surgery, as always.
That's what they recommend you, basically, right?
Yeah. And they gave me 3 options to choose of the surgeries.
And what was the options? Like, you mean, depends on what type of surgery they're gonna do.
So it was disectomy, what is the first ever well-known surgery. That the scar, they said aesthetically doesn't look nice, so it's a very big scar. They're able to clean everything, and there is possibility that maybe you're not gonna end up doing the 2nd or 3rd surgery. That's what the doctor from Serbia told us, which was the only good doctor that we met here, he's the one who told me, you're not a case for the surgery. Go home and rest. You're going to be better after 3 weeks. He was the only one.
Okay.
But he told me, in a case you ever decide to do it, we have three. So there is a discectomy, there is a microdiscectomy, there is a slightly smaller scar.
Yeah.
Yes, they are able to clean, as they say, like remove the disc and everything. Maybe I'm gonna end up doing the second one, and there is endoscopy, which is like a size of a pinky. Yeah. So the hole will, like the entrance to the lower part of your back will stay like a tiny circle. And usually it's like a suction or whatever, I don't know. And usually people ended up doing second and third, because they are not, like, they cannot clean everything. Maybe now it's the 21st century, they can do a lot of the things. But I was also amazed by one of the doctors. He told me, because I asked him, okay, if I do the surgery, when I'm going to be able to travel? He's like, oh, you're good by 2 weeks.
That is
crazy.
Yeah. That's big. Okay.
Nobody will tell you what after, right?
Like, it's very difficult subject to really finalize it and tell patient, listen, in 2 weeks you can do anything. You know what I mean? It's very complicated. It can be very complicated. When I have a lot of patients who have done the surgery and then they work with me, and nobody is the same. Everybody is different. You know what I mean?
Exactly. But fair enough. At this point, you just want to see, like, you just want to see the light in the end of the tunnel. You just want to be good within 1 or 2 days.
I know. Absolutely. Okay, that's happened, and you decided to don't do surgery, and did you go to any physio before you saw me, Tamara?
No. I did all of that like let's say 2.5 years ago. I was done.
I got you. Okay, fair enough. And then we had a consultation. Let's go through the consultation. I suppose go with your own way. What you would like to share, and we can go through more questions.
So once we did an assessment, I really liked the way, like, first of all, I liked your energy.
Thank you.
It was from your side, you were very honest, and like, I really decided to go on, like, to give it a try, because I don't have anything to lose. I can only gain information. Exactly. I can only gain more knowledge. And in that stage, you need to have somebody other than your spouse, friends, whatsoever, who will give you that, like, mental support boost.
Absolutely.
Because, like, for example, you told me even in our first assessment, like, can you see that all of your upper body is so tense? I used to sit like this. I didn't realize that my shoulders used to really rise up upon my ears. It was so bad. And that my whole thoracic I was not able to do any flexion. I was not able to do anything. When my sciatica started at first, I used to have, because my pain was on the left side, so it used to compensate to the right side of the shoulder. And a lot of the things that I used to do with the shoulders, they will just not, like, a lot of the movements were not, like, very much possible. So you told me to do a lot of the flexion. We even did assessment our way. I was in pain. Obviously, I was expecting, it was bad. I was very limited, because you're afraid, right?
100%. Maybe just describe for people, how limited you were, because I remember that you were in
my God,
kind of like child pose position, which was, I think, the only position that was comfortable, wasn't it?
That was the only one that was comfortable. When we used to do the thoracic openers from the all four position, I felt that I was stuck on the thoracic, like it was really like I was a bit jammed. Cat and cow that I used to do before perfectly. Now I felt my tail pulling a lot. So 90-90 was okay, but other one with the pillows on the side, since the beginning, now they're good, by the way. But since the beginning, they were not good.
I know.
So first 3 days I was still bad. It's not that like it worked magic throughout the night.
Yes,
And the
exactly.
first 6, 7 days I was really bad. Although I incorporated like the swimming part, the walks, as long as I was able to walk, but like
Yeah.
to be outdoors, to have a bit of the grounding, which I believed also it helped. And I think also like the main thing that helped was I was occupied with a journal, the one that you gave me on the sheets through Google.
Yes.
So I think that's also the thing, that it will keep your mind off the actual pain that is it. And
So
that
important.
boost from your side that you said, like, because when you write down the schedule for somebody, you will not write me down something that it will damage me more, right? In my head, I was very limited. Like flexions were not possible because in my head, I felt like I'm tearing off and I'm making like a
Like
bigger
it's worse.
bulge than it
Yeah.
is. Yeah, because
And
the
that's
pain was everywhere.
very common. That's very common. And I don't
Yeah.
have I can't really say this enough, that a lot of people, like there's a lot of information out there in YouTube, particularly I watch things sometimes and I look at, like the thing is that people think that actually when they have a disc bulge or herniation or extrusion, deflection is a no movement. They have to only
Yeah.
do extension. And I have to say this today because I have many patients that who got really bad by overdoing the extension, and it's very difficult to get them back to normal. Do you know what I mean? Which means
Yeah.
people think that when they have this bulges and this herniation, they have to only do extension, which is back
Exactly.
extension. And a lot of influencers really promote that and just say this is the best exercise. Just stick to the extension, which is
I don't like
so
it.
narrow base of view, because we're talking about a human being as a person. There are very differences between each person. You know what I mean? A lot of
Yeah.
people are different from each other. And one of the things that I've done this for the last 10 years with my patient with back pain, if you do not be able to bend over again, okay, and do things as quick as possible after your injury or after your flare up, your recovery can take much longer.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
correct.
Which
Mm-hmm.
means your confidence and your overall coordination has to regain as quick as possible when you are in flare up, and you have to really regain that movement and add on flexion. Because when I told you that we're going to do flexion, I think in your mindset, what the hell? Like, how am I going to do it? Right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
scary, right? But at the same
Yeah.
time, like, look at the difference from where we start you. Even after 2 to 3 weeks, I think you were like 30, 40% better, right?
Yes, on the second week I started to feel much better. And then like I think the week 4 was the peak, me being 4 or 5, me being
Yes.
completely like, there was a pain, as I
Yes.
told you that time, where we put in the sheet like the pain from 0 to 10. I used to have 2. It's not 0, but it used to be there. But the pain was very, so either because I'm talking from like a feminine side, either it's going to be like a slightly dual pain before the period itself, because it's
Yeah.
very common, right? It's
Yes.
like the whole discomfort area, and
Definitely.
L5 S1 actually sits on that side. And I used to have, it was very funny. It was like a tiny reminder of my second toe on my foot. It was like bzz, electricity, and that was it. Like it just to remind me that it's still there. Don't go crazy, right? Don't go
Yeah.
crazy. Don't do things. So
Yeah.
that was a reminder for me,
Exactly.
and then started like week by week. I was better. I was better to the point that I ended up going for a vacation with my husband. We attended 3 weddings. I was wearing
Wow.
heels and I was driving. I was not able to do anything by then. Like 9 weeks, I was almost like one foot in a grave. As I will say,
Uh,
from the person who is very active, like
I know.
I'm 14 hours on my feet.
Yes. Tell people a little bit about
Like,
your job, Tamara. Like, what was your job before the
so
injury? Like,
yeah,
what do you
and
do?
even
Maybe
now,
share with them. Yeah,
yes.
absolutely.
So I work as a personal trainer. I'm fixing people from the injuries, believe it or not. I work
Exactly.
as
That's a real
a
physical therapy. Yes,
it is, by the way,
I
because I learned
believe
a
in that.
lot. I learned so much. I work as a pre and postnatal specialist in mat Pilates reformer. So basically, I work only with the women. I'm a lot into the bodybuilding and the strength training. So I have been doing this in UAE for 8 years, but overall around 10 years or maybe more. So that's it. Yeah. Like even I need a support and a personal trainer myself, which is good, right?
Yeah, but like that's a very important part, because I think
it is.
In reality, every person needs some sort of mentorship, and when you need that, what
definitely.
I mean? And you might have a lot of knowledge, but the knowledge is very different when you want to put it in the practicality and how you want to monitor yourself, and
completely.
what are the elements that we focus, and we can discuss about it in a minute. But you're damn right. Everybody need a mentor in some situations. You know what I mean? Okay. Then Tamara, from where you start, you've done almost 3 months, 3.5 months now. Like, how would you compare, like, where you are right now in comparison? Like, what's your life like now? Like, are you back to full capacity of work? How's it work?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yeah. Yes, I am. I'm back to full capacity of work, which means either from 6 a.m. or 8 a.m. until 6 p.m.
Wow.
Like I teach 6 to 8 classes one-on-one. Depends. I still didn't do my exercise at the gym. So still didn't start the gym myself, which I'm planning to do this week.
100%.
Because now what I realized, I'm gonna do, like, now I made more time for myself, definitely, because before I didn't used to have. And now when I feel, I will go to the gym and do things myself. Here, by the way, it's very hard to maintain the steps because we live under this condition, and now the weather is very bad, unless we have, like, we call it winter from October. But I can drive. I can have like a long drives. I even be proud, Bob. Now, like, I washed my hair over the bathtub, which I told you I didn't do that for such a long time.
That's a prolonged
so I can do that.
Your spine. Exactly.
Yeah, there is a pain, but then I go up and, like, I'm good. I reset my spine and everything, and I'm very comfortable how I sit and how I can really slouch with my back. Like, I feel my back are now like more flowing than before, because there is even though in the sheets, when we have like stress and the confidence is like million. The stress doesn't exist. And like, that you can do that. And like all the time, deep inside of your mind, there is a tiny, like, small Tamara. It will tell you those things can happen again, but the flare up, it's not going to be the same, obviously, hopefully. And I think by now, like, okay, maybe it's not inflamed. Maybe it's on its way to go back in. Hopefully, I'm going to do another MRI within a couple of months, because we need to wait 6 months just to see where I'm at.
8 to 10 months. I would say 12 months, Tamara, because generally,
even better.
Whatever. Yeah, the longer that you wait is better, because generally, like, reabsorption doesn't happen very quick. I have had patients had it within 6 months, but honestly, like, when I'm saying 6 months from the first and second MRI scan, but you don't know when that is extruded or herniated, because when you get the MRI scan, you comparing based on that day that you're getting the MRI scan, but you might have had that herniation maybe 6 months ago, and you didn't know about it until you got annoyed and it started to get really bad. But wait a little bit longer, and that's fair. Very good. And I suppose, Tamara, in regards to activity right now, you don't have that much limitation as much. Like, if I go through your routine right now, like, what did you, I suppose, find in regards to that program, like in the sheet, because we have a rehab plan that you get, right? You mentioned about taking that notes and that whole basically daily diary about what you do, what's the pain rate, or what are the symptoms. It always helps. But how do you find that actually sheet, besides what you discussed, was like helped you to actually get where you are right now?
It really did, because my thoughts used to be only on those Reddit groups, Facebook groups. I even found like a Serbian community Facebook group about discus hernia, which was very bad. Like, there was no any positive outcome. Everybody used to end up in a surgery. So I'm talking about people like range of 20 to 65. Wow. So it's not a joke. And which doctors are good, which doctors are bad, because everybody are looking for the quick fix. Which is and quick solution, exactly. So I found this sheet very well for me, just to take my thoughts from everything that I used to read about, just to like really collect myself and put the things there. So that's gonna be my main priority.
Your data,
And
basically.
yeah, like my goal was to start walking like more than 20
Mm,
steps without any break, because I used to have a lot of the breaks. Like I used to bend on the street in the
yeah,
beginning, like
yeah,
to bend over anything on the street just to like reset my back.
yes,
My goal was to be able to cook and active at home, and my goal was to be able to drive and go back to work.
absolutely, absolutely. Which
Yeah,
means those
so
metrics
it
gives
really
you
helped
some
me.
numbers, like, I mean, out of the conversation that I've had with a lot of my patients, it gives you some numbers that you can actually become independent. Why? Because you can actually understand what's going on from week to the next week. That's first thing.
Exactly,
And I think
like it's day by day
exactly. And it gives
the
you a
things used
little
to
bit of
change.
understanding. Okay, if I have more pain maybe today, it could be because I've had a busier, I don't know, the day before, like
Yeah,
more walk or more sitting, or maybe I had a busier day out with the car, etc. Those information I think hugely help people to become independent and also understand the symptoms more, which means there are certain things that that if you do that I know your back and I know your symptoms reading that period of time that maybe you have the flare up, that you learn from that sheet and you start to modify them, do something else, and gradually build them up with something new, if that makes sense.
yeah, it does.
Excellent. Okay, Tamara, in regards to like, I suppose like, where you are right now, this is one of the questions that I ask my patient all the time, to just share with people who are watching this video. Like, obviously you watch, I mean, your husband watched some of my other testimonials and he saw somebody else testimonial. And
Me
based
also
on
now,
that,
by the way.
yeah, yeah, and in that sense, then he basically decided to kind of contact me, and you guys start to work with me. In regards to like what you've done so far, if you were going to share with people, what do you think would be your top five things that you could say really helped you the most? Yeah, with your recovery, um, what would that be?
First of all, you really need to pay attention what you eat during the recovery if you have an appetite,
Mm,
because the food and the superfood plays a big role when it comes to recovery.
amazing, very good.
That's the first one. Second one, you need to trust your body because it's beautiful and it's capable of everything. Like we are not even aware what our body can
Can do,
heal itself
absolutely.
like big time. And in order to have that, you really need to have a good state of mind, which I know that is really hard in those conditions because
Mm,
that pain you cannot compare with anything else. So
exactly.
you really need to trust yourself. Uh, I'm recommending you as well. Like just
You're
go
very
with the
kind.
process, go with like day by day, week by weeks, as long as you need. I needed 12 weeks. I needed even less, but I did 12 weeks.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
now, as you said, like now I'm independent. I can do it myself. I'm still going
absolutely.
to bother you from time to time just to
Anytime,
send you like the
100%. Yeah, not
the
at all,
videos and those things,
for sure.
and to live as much as you can this life stress free. I know it's hard. I know
Stress,
we keep on forgetting
definitely.
ourselves like very much, but I think this was one of the hardest lessons that I learned in my life, that I need to
Mm,
stop, that I need to pull the brake. Even though I
yeah.
was eating good, everything was good, but I didn't realize, especially as a woman, how much damage and how much stress your body can absorb, either from
Mm,
yourself or from the environment.
yes.
So those are the things that are really, really
Well done.
important.
No,
Yeah.
that's really good. I genuinely like all of them. I mean, there's no good or bad feedback. There's always a good feedback because these are the things that help you, and you can't compare them to anybody else. But they're really relevant, Tamara. I'm genuinely sure that people can correlate with them when they do have injury. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
generally, like I think one of the things that majority of my patient has mentioned is stress. Stress is a huge deal, and a lot of people do not understand that. Obviously, you get a diagnosis that you get an MRI scan and it shows that it's herniation or extrusion or whatever, but
Mm.
nobody can tell you that how long that's been there. You know what I mean? Without any
Because that
problem.
didn't happen overnight.
Absolutely. It
years and
happened
years.
very gradually and slowly. And
Yeah.
in majority of population, those finding in the MRI scans are asymptomatic, which means a lot of people have no pain or any symptoms with them until they do something and it get annoyed, or they get too stressed, it get annoyed, or they overdo things a lot. You know what I mean? Which means
Yeah.
repetitive strain, and the recovery compromised. That's awesome, Tamara. I suppose, like, I'm delighted with your progress. You know where you are right now. I'm so happy because I think one of the things that you mentioned, you were very skeptical about working with somebody online, whoever it is. But I think that shows that uh, there is a huge, I suppose, part of the whole thing goes based on you getting ownership of that workout and rehab,
Yeah,
which
it did.
means beside the fact that people think that somebody has to fix my back, when you start to work with me, I think you have the ownership of that whole routine, and you need to step by step every single morning you wake up and do X and Y, and in the evening you do these and X and Y, and based on that you start to feel like, okay, I don't need to see a second person or third person, or I don't need to read the Reddit for this. And one thing that I always ask my patient on the first day, I think I mentioned it to you as well, if you have any question, please send me a message and I can help you with that. But
Which
I
was great.
guarantee you, yeah, but I can guarantee you, like, did you definitely ask me some question that I didn't have any answer for it? Like, I don't know. I have a certain amount of capacity in regards to the science that we have. You know what I mean? And the science is
Yeah.
growing every single day. There's a new paper that published about based on X and Y, that things that used to be good, and they're saying no, it's not actually as good as we thought. It constantly changing and evolving. That's why
Mm.
people who really think that they have good resources of, I suppose, paper or science or like, I suppose, research, and they think, okay, these are the answer that to my problem. The question, the issue with it is that it's very narrative based on those subjects and those individuals who attended to that research, and it becomes very complex. That's why we cannot always have answer for everything. But if you stop reading, if you get a mentor, the chances that mentor can help you would be much higher, because I see 24/7 people with back pain, and they might have had similar question who you had, and I might have had an experience with that, which is easier for me to be able to answer that question for you. But that's fair. Tamara, thanks again for your time. Is there anything
Thank you,
else
Bob.
that not at all, we haven't discussed so far that you like to share with people before we finish our video?
I think that was quite all. If I
Amazing.
remember later on, it's going to be late. So I don't
Not at
know.
all, not at all.
Like,
Listen,
as
thank
long
you.
as you just take care
Yeah,
of yourself in each possible way. Like, there is no quick fix, obviously. You just need to trust, and you just need to feel good within yourself. And as much as we can have like stress-free life, that
absolutely.
will really help. A lot of the grounding and a lot of the, if you can take like every 2-3 months, like a long weekend off, go ahead and do it, because this is not
Recovery.
happening overnight. Yeah, recovery. That's the sleep part and everything. Yeah, but we live in this crazy world. So as long as
Yeah,
you can, even though socializing, right? Anything that you think it will help you,
love it.
because when you start having these things, and like a back pain, which can be so bad, like you start to feel grateful about the little things that you have in your life,
Yes.
and you just feel sorry that you didn't do much, because you don't know if you're going to be able to do so much in the future, but you're going to be able to do even much more, right?
Yeah,
You just need to
absolutely.
have, like, you just really need to believe in yourself.
Excellent. Tamara, I'm pretty sure a lot of people in UAE gonna want to contact you, and
Okay.
maybe there are people who's gonna actually work with you because you work in the fitness industry, and there are people that wanna you get your help. Um, um, I would leave your, I suppose, contact details underneath of this video when we share this video, and maybe people wants to check with you what they
Thank you,
can
Bob.
do. Not at all, because at the end of the day, you know what I mean. You work in fitness industry, and I believe, every we meet people in life, and in some stage you would be surprised, maybe somebody come and contact you from this video and ask you for some help. But in any way,
Okay.
thank you so much again for your time. I'm delighted with your, I suppose, your progress, and thank you for trusting the process. And we are not done. We keep pushing forward,
Yes, we
uh,
do.
and
We
keep up the
do.
good work. Yeah,
Thank you,
absolutely.
Bob, for
Thank you.
everything. Really grateful for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Have a nice one. Thank you.
You too. Cheers.
I hope you guys find this video helpful. If you have any question regarding to your injury, you can always leave me comments or send me an email through the link in my description. If you would like to get more information in regards to my online plan, you can always check my online testimonial video with my clients all around the world. I will leave a link below and you can check how we work and how I help them online to get results. In addition, I've left the link below if you would like to do a home routine for lumbar spine disc extrusion. These exercises are selected from my top exercise that I give to my patient that you can apply in a day-to-day basis, and it's quite non-invasive and it's very easy to follow. You can follow them. However, as you can see, many people has different symptoms. If you find some of this exercise does not suit you, don't force them. Go through the range that you feel comfortable and gradually build them up. If you haven't subscribed my channel yet, make sure to subscribe my channel for my weekly update, and please share and like this video with your friends and family. Until next week, all the best.